We need to start off with the idea of interest. In the real world, other than maybe family or friends, you're unlikely to be able to borrow money from someone and just pay them back what you borrowed. Because if that was the case, is the person loaning you money, are they ahead in any way? They just had money out of their pocket for a while and then they got it back. No, that's not how the real world works. You're broke ass, I don't want to give you money. I want to get something in return. So I might loan you $1,000, but I'm going to expect $1,200 back at the end of the year. Because you didn't have that money. You pay me $200 for that money that you didn't own in the first place, okay? Lenders, banks or people with money will loan money to borrowers, people who need money, and they charge the borrowers a fee on top of the money they expect to be paid back. So some terminology here. The money that's borrowed or loaned out is called the principal. The fee charged by the lender to the borrower is called interest. And at the end of the arrangement, the borrower, the broke person that needed money right now, they pay back the total amount, which is the principal, plus the interest on top. Please, if you need any advice from people that are sort of financially sound, the only thing you should be borrowing money for is to buy a house. You shouldn't be borrowing money to buy a TV on finance. You couldn't afford it in the first place, okay? Maybe a car if you're desperate, okay? My story, I bought a nice car on finance because we thought we wouldn't have kids. It wasn't working out for us. And then a week after, we bought the nice sporty car. Hey, babe. Maybe we should have bought an SUV. That's life, okay? But if I can give you advice, you buy your car for cash. If you're rich enough, buy a house for cash, but unlikely. Borrow for the house. Okay, simple interest, otherwise known as flat rate interest. This is the easiest method of calculating the interest charge on a principal. The interest charge per year is a specific interest rate percentage of the original. That is your formula. Please get that for your cheat sheet. I think some other teachers might have given you SI is equal to PIN, maybe. This is my way. So my year 10s from last year got it this way. My year 10 Ignites got it this way. You just need to convert the rate to a decimal. So 5%, if your interest rate was 5%, what's that as a decimal? Is it 0.5 or is it 0.05?
0.05.
Good. If you want to convert a percentage to a decimal, 5% as a decimal is equal to 0.05. You divide it by 100. So please get that formula, and then we'll do some examples together. Simple interest is the principal times by the rate as a decimal times by the time in years. So like I encourage my year 12s to do, they're going to be doing this topic in late term 2. Highlight the stuff that's important in the question. It's important to acknowledge it's simple interest because very soon I'm going to teach you a different kind of interest called compound interest. So if it says simple interest, I'm using this formula here. It's $8,000 invested, flat rate. Telling me it's flat rate double confirms it's simple interest because I told you simple interest was also known as flat rate interest over 18 months. So what is this question asking me to do? Is it asking me to find SI? Yep. So your formula is set up for that. SI equals P, the principal. What's the principal in this situation? 8,000 times by, what's that interest rate but as a decimal?
0.07.
0.07 times by. Now we need to stop and think. I need the time in years. The time right now is in months. So if we remember back to measurement, any ideas how I'd convert that 18 months to years? What calculation could I do? How many months?
Just could you 6 over 12? That's the amount more than a year.
Yeah, like that. That's breaking it down. But you could just literally do 18 over 12 because there's 12 months in a year. And that's going to spit out on your calculator 1.5. So 1.5. So the simple interest for that situation, 8 grand times by 0.07 times by 1.5, $840. If you put that 8 grand away for 18 months and somehow found a rate of 7%, you would make 840 on top. So what would I be taking home? I would be taking home 8,840 in total. It cost me money to make money, but I get it all back in the end anyway. The next example, I just wanted to show you that you're expected to be able to rearrange this. I don't want to give you 4 different formula. Use algebra to rearrange. So this question, 2,700 is invested, 5% flat rate. Find the total value. Oh no, that's not asking me to rearrange. Find the total value of the investment after 8 years. I don't have a formula that tells me the total value. I've got a formula that tells me the interest. So work out the interest first. 2,700 invested at 5%, 0.05 times by 8. That's how much interest I'm supposed to get at the end of that. But what am I going to have in total at the end? If I've made 1,080 in interest and I invested 2,700, what do I have overall? I've got 2,700 plus 1,080 overall, 3,780. Get those couple of examples down, please. I want to do one where we rearrange and then I'll leave you alone to either do DI work. Now I want to ask you from man to just people. I'm not feeling really well today. Would a double lesson just working in your DI be useful tomorrow? I will be able to mark your work while I'm at home. I actually feel like crap, yeah? You don't need to. Your maths is sorted. You just need it's just the write-up that you need to do now, but you're pretty good at the write-up stuff. If I do that, will you actually use that double lesson to do it? Because I haven't seen that before. Don't waste it. I'll use it against you after. All right? That's a double lesson that will be. I'm not often sick, but I'm feeling crap right now. Okay, last one with a rearrangement. You want to earn 6 grand interest on a 4-year investment. I want to earn 6,000 interest. 4-year investment. I invested $18,000. What flat rate do I need? Mr. T has given you a formula. SI is equal to PRT. It's asking for the rate now. I don't know the rate. What would I put as SI in that situation? Yes?
The rate?
Yeah, we're trying to find R, but this formula that I've given you, those numbers that I'm highlighted, which one of them represents SI? Which one of the numbers that's highlighted is the interest that was earned in this situation? 18,000 is what I invested. That's the principal, yes?
6,000.
Good. I want to earn 6,000, so that's what I know. I invested 18,000. I don't know what rate it took to make that 6,000, but do I know how long it took? How long?
4 years.
4. Now, for my friends that I've had previously, does the order of multiplication matter? 1 times 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 2 times 1 is 6. Are these all multiplications here? So I can rearrange that. I can rearrange that to 18,000 times by 4 times by R. Why do I do that? Because I want to show you that there's nothing stopping you working out what 18,000 times by 4 is. 18,000 times 4. So right now we've got 6,000 is equal to 72,000 times by R. So R is almost by itself. R is being times by something. What is R being times by right now in the working out? 72,000. If I want to get rid of timesing by 72,000, what's the opposite of timesing by 72? Divide both sides by 72,000. Divide 72,000. So clear 6 grand divided by 72,000. So your rate is gone. I'll do it here. Rate is 0.08. Oh, where's my 0.0? The hell? See, am I having a stroke right now? What the hell? 0. I told you I was sick. Normally I hide it better. Hey guys, you just saw a picture of my baby. How do I do this? Get back. I want this slide over. Okay. I'm going to make it through, all right? R is 0.083. I've rounded that to 3 decimal points. So what's that rate going to be as a percentage? Because right now that's a decimal. How many percent would it be? Yes?
8%.
8 point. Don't forget there's a little 3 over there. 8.3% per annum. Can anyone let me know what per annum means? Per year. Annually, you're going to get 8.3% of this 18,000 over 4 years. That's going to add up to 6 grand in interest. Okay? I'm going to stop it there.